what you want, when you want it, where you want it. This is The Mesh.
This podcast is sponsored by the 2019 Foot Candle Film Festival. This year's festival will be held September 27th through the 29th in Hickory, North Carolina. Learn more by visiting footcandlefilmfestival.com.
We'll try not to too much talk over each other, but again, we are girls and we are
agree to disagree.
Okay,
Moving on.
well, the makeup bottle. A little. It's like a cracked out T-bird, some grease.
Yeah.
She's got that black hair.
Hear ye, hear ye. It is Royal Baby Day here on ChickChat. Thank you for joining us. And, Janette and I are both here today, sort of. We are doing this via the internet. We are in different cities right now. Big time.
Big time.
Big time. So we're so glad you're here. It is May of 2019. There is spring in the air and new babies being born in the United Kingdom. Goodness.
Yeah.
So we pretty much don't have anything else we wanted to talk about today. I mean, I'm sure there's some things we could talk about, but...
Right. But I'd bring it back to the baby. So it's might as well just talk about
other stuff might slip in there, here and there, but... Yeah. We're here to discuss one baby Archibald. We don't even know if it's Archibald. It's Baby Archie.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, can we just start? Can we go back here for a minute? Okay. Meghan and Harry have had their baby. It was a boy weighing 7 pounds 3 ounces. She had a fantastic labor, apparently. She had a wonderful baby shower. She's all kinds of, getting wined and dined by celebrities and whatnot. But I'd like to say that I believe the real beauty of this baby being born came at the time that Prince Harry walked out and announced it. He earned every point that he needed.
Happy. He was giddy. He just wanted to be I'd rather be anywhere but here with you right now. I want to run back in that house, grab my baby.
He was adorable. And when he gave a little shout out to women everywhere being I don't know how you did this, I was and
that's right.
Now you're everybody's favorite brother forever. It was pretty awesome. So 7 pounds 3 ounces. They came out, Harry came out first, announced the baby was born. The little royal easel was put up outside of the Buckingham Palace or whatever. It's a little itty bitty thing. Knowing good and well, if any of you out there have ever been to Buckingham Palace, you were on the outside of the fence. There ain't no way any of y'all are able to read that easel.
I can't see it.
Nobody can see it. But I'm glad they put it up to, just, I guess, be official.
Did they not sound the horns? Nothing? No bells ringing?
No, just plain old, here's a piece of paper that says
post.
Yes. No, it's actually an Instagram post because, Meghan and Harry now do their Instagramming is their famous way or whatever. They have their own Instagram page. The Royal Sussex.
I can't say that.
Sussex.
No, yeah.
So a couple things. So after Harry came out and said his little gushing and stuff, he still said they were discussing names and that they had not formally announced it. One, I doubt it. I mean, I'm pretty sure they've had names picked out.
Oh, and Mason's name was picked out months in advance.
I didn't even know what I was having, boys or girls, and I had names picked out for them in case I had either one. But I just feel like as a royal family, they probably had to go through approval process or something, don't you think?
Well, or did they?
We'll get to that. But I kind of feel like somebody else had to know beforehand and stuff, and he was just waiting for the approval to be signed off on, sort of like getting a marriage license or something. Gotta have that done, and then we can talk about it. So So we went a couple days without hearing the name officially. And then they show up. Then you wake up one morning and there's pictures of Meghan and Harry making an appearance. Now, Janette, maybe you've seen this more or looked at it more. I did not quite. They still came out at the Lido wing, right? At the hospital. No.
I think she had her baby at Windsor Castle. Like she had a home birth. Or if she had it at the hospital, I think she had a home birth.
I do not see Meghan having a home birth.
I completely see Meghan having a home birth.
No. No. No.
They were at Windsor when they came out.
Were they?
And that's where Harry was when he came out and announced the birth. They were outside of Windsor.
I feel like...
Unless there's a hospital there. They weren't at the Lido wing. They definitely were not at the Lido
wing. Not. Okay. Well, because that's sort of the standard, right?
Yeah.
That's the standard. Okay.
But if you think about it, that's where all the royal births took place pre-hospitals, like in the 1600s. So let's just take it back, old school.
I guess so, girl. I hear you. All right. So go ahead. Let's discuss the arrival of Meghan and baby and Harry together. What were your initial thoughts, Janette? Go.
I mean, cute family. Mm-hmm. Loved that Meghan looked like she just had a baby. She looked like I looked. I mean, she looked a little better because she had a makeup team 2 months after her delivery, which means like her body has not yet recovered.
Right. Absolutely. She's, and I mean this in a very polite and simple way because I've got children too, but she was a little puffier. That's what
you look like.
You look like you just had a child. Absolutely. Definitely glad.
I mean, she looked like a mom who was still like
a little groggy.
Take her eyes off her baby because you couldn't believe that the baby was actually a living thing here. I mean, they both just looked completely happy. She looked like she was tired still in a good way.
Absolutely.
I mean, she was pretty. They did her hair and her makeup. She was beautiful. But I felt like it was more real. Like almost like opening the door to my home and you can see my baby and now I'm going back home and we're going to take care of our baby.
Okay. I get that. I did think she could have brushed her hair just a tiny bit more.
I mean, the girl just had a baby.
The girl has maids for days. You know, let's let somebody just brush her. I mean, if you go and come out in a white, sleeveless, gold button dress and heels, and you're going to use the excuse I didn't brush my hair properly because I had a baby 2 days ago, but yeah, I'm out there in heels. I mean, I don't buy it.
Yeah. I bet she stuck those heels off as soon as she could.
I hope so. My feet
were still swollen 2 days later.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, but yes.
A little bit, but how upset do you think Kate was a little like, she got to wait 2 days and she comes out looking like she still had a baby and everyone's like, yay, bravo, Meghan. And because she comes out looking like, did she just have a baby?
I know, but I loved how Kate looked whenever she always came out.
I did too, but I thought it was too much. Like, I don't need to see you the day you give birth.
Agreed. Agree.
You look like that the day you give birth.
That I agree. I don't need to see you 4 hours later. Right. 2 days later is cool, but I don't know. I think there is, and I want to discuss this in just a minute when we'll get to it, but I do think there's going to be a completely different vibe with this baby and this family as opposed to what it was for, George, right? Like Kate and Will's George.
Yeah.
So we've seen the baby. We've seen Meghan and Harry. They announced the name.
They did.
It is Archie Harrison Mountbatten Windsor. Is that right?
That's right. So he's not going to be king.
I mean, I just don't understand how they got away with that.
Okay, well, we'll get to the Archie part. Do you think, like some people think on the internets,
on the webs,
on the World Wide Web, that Harrison is from Harry's son? Do you think that?
Oh my gosh. Seriously?
You haven't seen that?
No. No, that's how they do it in Iceland. Did you know
Yeah,
that?
I know that's how they do it. Like,
Yeah, so in Iceland, everybody's got in your own family has different last names.
right.
So my name would be Tony's daughter.
Yeah.
Dottir. Tony's
Yes.
daughter, right?
Yeah.
But my brother would be Tony's son.
Yes.
So that's your last name, and people in Iceland, when they use a phone book, you have to look up by the first name. So
Okay, but
I don't know if Harrison really.
who's Icelandic?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know that that's really the deal of this, right? I don't know. I don't think that's the
Very
thing.
California.
Now, to answer me this, Harry is just Harry, right?
No, his name is Henry.
Henry, that's right. Okay, so he's Henry. He's not Harrison.
Henryson.
Henry's son. I don't know. I think maybe, I don't know. I don't think that's it. I hope it's not it. I hope that's not why they named him Harrison. Whatever. I was kind of.
Is that a royal name anywhere?
That's what I was kind of wondering. Have you heard anything about that? Was there any sort of alluding
I
to
think
that?
everybody's stuck on Archie. We can't get past the Archie.
So they're going to call him Archie?
They may. I think he's going to go by Harrison.
I don't know. Riverdale's pretty popular these days.
Yeah, but here, I mean, you know that I want to keep calling him Archer. I can't.
See, I think Archer would have been better.
I like Archer. I mean, and we discussed a little bit before we went live.
Yes.
Is it Archibald or is it Archieson?
No, surely they will have. Surely it's just Archie, because when they made the royal announcement, it says
That's
Archie,
true.
like with an IE. I mean,
Not even a Y.
no, it's not like a formal name of anything. So I don't know.
That California thing coming out. Whose name is Archie? Anybody name in the family Archie?
Not that I know of. Maybe there's a Royal Archibald somewhere down the
Really?
line. I'm trying to give him that type
Tell me
of
there's an
credit.
Archibald.
Well, I'm just kind of okay. So here's the thing. He does not have a royal title.
It'll be Lord.
No.
They said it was going to be like Edward's sons. Not Edward. Yeah, is that the third brother?
Yeah,
third
Charles,
brother.
Andrew, Edward.
Yeah. So Edwards, they're not prince and princess. They're lords and ladies.
Right.
Like a real royal title, like when they say royal, they're thinking prince, like Prince Harry is a prince. This baby's not going to be a prince. He's going to be a lord.
Okay, so I'm reading this I pulled up this article that says Prince Harry and Meghan announced on Wednesday that they named their first child Archie Harrison Mountbatten Windsor. Now that we've had some time to digest this, it says that they have yet to share any details of meaning behind the name. Archie is the baby's full name. It is not a shortened version of Archibald. Let that stand on the record. The name Archie, said to mean brave and bold, is a popular choice for boys' names in the United Kingdom, and it ranks around 20th in popularity since 2015. And it says, but it's less popular in the U.S. because Archie is best known for either the comic series or the TV Dad All in the Family. So, no, we're not referring to Archie Bunker in All in the Family. But apparently the U.S. doesn't care for it quite as much as the U.K. does. And then, of course, they bring up Riverdale, which I'm really curious if they sit at home and watch while they roast chicken or something. It says it surprised royal watchers and odds makers alike. Bets had been placed on more traditional names like Arthur, Alexander, Albert, James, Alfred, Philip, Thomas, and Spencer, which was your choice, as from a UK betting company. Harrison, the baby's middle name, is not a name steeped in royal history. No kidding.
It's Harry's son.
Thank you, ABC News. It says, although it does mean Harry's son, although Prince Harry's given name is Henry Charles Albert David.
This is all Meghan's doing. This is all Meghan.
This is so Meghan. This has Meghan all over it.
I'm a Meghan fan. You know, I support Meghan. Our babies are going to be BFFs.
I know, but
come on now. This was all you. Let's have some tradition. I mean, at least I'm still okay. Can I just say that I am still a little disappointed in all the babies that we've had so far between Harry and William. Not one mention of Diana's family.
Not one Diana or Spencer.
Or anybody in her family.
And we've also, guessed that every time. We've kind of thought that was going to be the case each time, and it hasn't.
Does Charlotte have Diana in her name? Is it the third or fourth name?
Maybe it does. Maybe. Maybe Charlotte has it. I'm not sure.
But still, I was betting on Spencer.
Spencer would have been awesome. Would have been really cool. It says that unlike his royal cousins, Archie will not receive a royal title.
Okay.
It says while there are courtesy titles, I want a courtesy title.
I'll give you one.
Thank you. It would be
a
courtesy.
Lord Margaret or Lady Margaret. Lady Mary Margaret.
It would be a courtesy. Thank you. It says, while it's a courtesy title that their Royal Highnesses, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, could apply to their son, they have chosen not to give him a courtesy title at this time. However, it's possible that Archie could receive a royal title later in life. When his grandfather, Prince Charles, becomes king, in the event of Queen Elizabeth's death,
Look, it may or may not.
She's not gonna die.
But you know what? We don't know. Lady's been hanging on.
It's not looking like it right now.
Having tea. She's traveling. She's in it for the long haul. There's no abdication on the table for this queen.
It is. She's. So it's if in the event she dies, the title of prince will automatically be given to him as the child of a son of the king.
Oh, okay.
So, they could have just said the king's grandson. Right?
I had to think for a minute. I was
it's they're the child of a son of the king.
Okay.
No. So just because if Charles is king, then they can give him prince title. But I guess they're just not gonna call him Lord anything right now.
So let's say...
Talk about rooting for your grandma to die.
But let's say grandma doesn't, but Charles does.
Maybe Charles dies before grandma does.
Yeah, and William becomes king in the event...
In the event that any of this happens.
Does he get a title then?
Ugh.
Up in the air.
I don't know.
Ooh, we need to ask.
It says, as the grandchildren of the sovereign, they have the right to be upgraded to the style of his or her royal highness. But that begs the question of whether Harry and Meghan actually want that.
Oh, jeez.
Dun, dun, dun.
Meghan wants it.
I think... So tell me this. This is probably a good time to bring this up. Do you think that they are going to cause more drama, if you will, within the royal family by trying to kind of almost really play into that, half American, half British, Canadian, whatever, but not royal, trying to kind of keep it different, that we're not going to have him live this royal lifestyle. Do you think they're going to go that route?
I don't know. I think while the grandmother's alive,
they kind of have to.
Not. They'll just stick to royal tradition. Which, and again, his name, even though the name in itself is very non-traditional.
Yeah.
It really has 3 names or 2, a first, a middle, and a hyphenated last name. Is very American.
Right.
He doesn't have like 4 and 5 names like his dad and his uncle.
It's a super American name anyway.
Right.
I think overall.
I think they'll be the type who say, in the event that Charles becomes king and he automatically becomes a prince, I think they're going to be the type, and I think Charles would be okay with it. I'm not so sure about the grandmother, but I think Charles would be okay with them saying that he gets to choose how he wants to use his title. That I think there'll be some acknowledgement of tradition. I don't think Meghan wants to be the Wallace Simpson, the modern day Wallace Simpson.
You don't think so, or?
I don't think so. To me, I don't think because she's played her role in the traditional parts of it. But I do think when it comes to raising children, might be where they say, okay, look, we chose the royal life, they didn't. Right. So maybe until they get older, we keep them out of tradition. They don't have to be on the balcony with their cousins and waving to people, unless that's something we want for our child. But I think when the child gets older, certainly if he chooses to live in the royal lifestyle.
Oh no, I'm banking on old Archie is totally going to be the wild child of the royal family.
Oh, he is. He's going to be like the series Royals on VH1 that used to be on.
Oh my gosh.
He's going to be that kid.
He is going to be the definition of the Royals, as in the scripted television show.
Yes.
I love that analogy. I think I see him, turning 16 and being like, I'm going to America, like ended up at like.
Megan's going to be so upset that she's the only one in her family without an English accent.
I know.
She's going to develop one at some point.
I think I think he's going to like end up at like Berkeley or something.
He's going to end up at Berkeley, or he's going to spend like his gap year in Africa, and he's going to be this hippie tree hugging kid who eats granola.
Totally.
And only wears hemp clothing.
But secretly likes to visit casinos on the French Riviera, for the weekends, and is often seen draped with like 4 women.
Ooh, because he's Harry's son.
Because he's Harry's son. And I mean, it's going to be, at that point, Archie, that name Archie's going to be synonymous with like Playboy. He's going to be the royal playboy / hippie. Like I'm so excited to see him grow up.
Yeah, let me see more than the right half of his face, please.
That blanket was lovely. I don't know why in the world we couldn't see any more of the child since you took the time to put on a dress and heels. Like, show
yeah,
off.
the right half of his face looks like Mason, I think. I haven't seen the left half.
Well, the right half of the face is fantastic for Mason's best friend.
For Mason's best friend. Mason and Archie. They're going to have a show.
Mason and Archie, BFFs at Berkeley. And taking gap years.
Playing hacky sack on the squad.
Playing hacky sack out at the palace yard. They pick up ultimate frisbee for fun, I mean, so obviously, like, William went through that little spell where he was always out at the clubs. That was right when he was living with Kate as roommates. And they'd see him out at the clubs and all those dance pictures of them like sweaty and stuff, out there dancing. And so they went through that little very tame spell. But then, and Kate was with him. And then Harry went through his quite the party style, which I loved. But, he got in trouble that one time for dressing like Hitler for Halloween. And then, do you remember, we talked about this on one of the shows. Do you remember when Harry and Ryan Lochte hung out together in Vegas?
Who can forget that?
I mean, And they had a swimming competition in the pool at the party.
It was the most ridiculous thing I'd ever heard. Like, how does Ryan Lochte get in with these people? Not to sidetrack, but I just saw a couple weeks ago where Ryan Lochte taught John Legend and Christy Teigen how to swim. Like, who calls Ryan Lochte for these things? I'm calling Michael Phelps.
They called Ryan Lochte to do that. Was total Chrissy Teigen's doing. I bet that was Chrissy's doing, being like, I'd rather look at Ryan Lochte in the pool.
Ryan Lochte was at their house in their pool teaching John Legend how to swim.
Do you think it's like Cameo? Have you heard of that Cameo service where it's basically like B-level celebrities, like B and C-level celebrities have an account on this thing, an app, I guess, called Cameo, right? And you pay Cameo a certain amount of money for a certain amount of time for a private video to be sent to you. So I can be like looking through the Cameo list and I can see, oh, Ryan Lotke's on there. He's $50 for every 15 seconds or something like that. And then I send him a message. I say exactly what I want him to say and then give him the address that it's supposed to go to. So I can like send it to you for your birthday.
Is that in our budget?
I mean, no, but it's good to know.
In case
yes.
one of us hits the lottery, we can hire a B-list or C-list celebrity.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of the like Bravo people. It's who else was it the other day that I was like watching? They were like, "Oh, I was just doing a cameo for so and so." I don't know. It's like soap opera stars and Bravo television, Real Housewives, things like that.
How do we get on the list?
I'm wondering, like, do you have to be approved to be on there? Can I just put my own name on there and be like, what, you don't know me?
I don't know. It's ChickChat. What are you talking about?
You don't know me? I'll send you a message. You know what? I'll do it for like $20.
There you go.
I'll talk for a minute for $20. I mean, there's not much I wouldn't do for $20.
Oh my gosh.
So maybe Ryan Lotke's on like Cameo. Maybe he's putting himself out there as like that guy that's like, I'll do just about anything right now. I mean, he's I mean, I don't know. Is he training? Well, I watched Big Brother. He was on Big Brother.
Yeah.
Celebrity Big Brother. And he didn't last long at all. But he talked about he was training.
Yeah. I think he's just hanging out at this point.
Agreed. Yeah. So he's, why not go hang out with John Legend?
He said, "Hey, you want to teach me how to swim?" And he was like, "Yeah, can I come over Tuesday?" And they're like, yeah.
Like, what are you doing right now? I'm free. You want me to hang out? Cool. Yeah. So I totally see, what if there was like royal cameo? That would be amazing.
You get Archie.
No, I think on royal cameo are people like Eugenie.
Yes, Eugenie.
She's on royal cameo faux show. And
and Edward.
Totally Edward. I think Fergie's on there.
Ooh, Fergie's definitely on there.
because she's like, I'm still royal. Hello.
Zara's on there for sure.
Totally. Zara's like the highest paid one.
That's right. The girl who does not care.
Yes.
I blame Zara for Archie because who was Zara?
Who named Zara? Yeah. And so Archie's going to be like, they're going to have one of those really weird bonds.
Oh, yeah.
Where he like runs to Zara before he runs to Megan on the field.
Zara's the fun one. I'm tired of eating avocado toast. Zara has peanut butter. Not almond butter, the real peanut butter.
Jiffy.
He has gluten. I need some gluten in my life.
Harry's like sneaking pizza in the backyard to him and stuff. Like they built him a secret treehouse for it. And
he's tired of cauliflower crust on his pizza. It's like, I just get some bread.
Amen, Archie. Amen.
Hey, this is Andrew Moose from the Street Circle Drive podcast here on The Mesh. Interested in promoting your business to an online audience? Your ad could be right here. consider advertising on the Mesh Podcast Network. Head over to themesh.tv for details.
Okay, so you are predicting that they are going to follow royal standard pretty much while grandma's still alive.
Christened at some point, yeah.
While grandma's still alive.
Yes.
And then, so unpopular question, but who goes first, Philip or Elizabeth?
Philip.
I mean, I would think Philip too, but did you see him looking at the baby in the pictures?
I mean, the dude's got 9 lives.
Absolutely, they all do.
These royals have some type of medical, like, magic potion or something.
Like a little fountain of youth hidden inside Buckingham.
Something. The best doctors who have all the cures for everything. That's where we need to look for cures for anything.
Yeah, I mean, they all look fantastic, and they're all living forever, yet none of them have any power over all this time. They do absolutely nothing but are stamped on money.
Right. I mean, I can't, everybody that Queen Elizabeth knows, it's like her best friend is like 60 because everybody else is gone. You just have to get Philip to stop driving. Really? You have to tell him he's 100. Why is he still driving?
How
old are they? They're like 90, what? 90, early 90s, mid-90s?
Philip's like early 90s, right?
Okay. Is she not in her 90s yet?
I don't know. I thought she was. Let me just quick find out because I'm very interested.
I feel like they were born in the early part of 1900s.
Well, yeah. Let's find out. Let's see. Queen. I love when I type in my Google search, Queen Elizabeth. The latest headline says, "No one looks happier sitting in the rain than Queen Elizabeth at a horse show." Sure.
Okay.
All right. So she was born. She's 93.
Oh, okay.
She was born in 26. Yeah. And he is, how old is he? Oh, wowzers. He's 97.
I told you the dude was 100.
Yeah, he was born in 1921.
I mean, good for them.
Absolutely.
He's probably like, really?
Yeah.
Charles is going to be, well, he's already in his 70s, right?
Yeah, absolutely. He is 70 even.
So does he take we've discussed this before. He's going to take the throne. There's no way he doesn't.
Oh.
Even if he only takes it for a little bit and then abdicates, he's taking it.
Hands down, he's taking it. Like, he's running to the throne when they say goodbye to Grandma.
He's already got the ceremony planned. He's just got to tell them to just kick it off.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, there's no way he's passing it on to that. He doesn't care if he's in it for 10 days. Nobody's excited about Charles being king.
I like Charles a little bit now. I'm not excited about Camilla being queen, but I'm okay with Charles being king.
You can't have one without the other, Janette.
If I bubble, I can.
Yeah. I know. Well, that'll happen. That's definitely going to happen. Did you hear the rumors that George Clooney was the godfather?
No.
Yeah, it's not true. It's a rumor, and George has already nixed it. But I enjoyed believing it for about. I enjoyed believing it for like 8 hours.
But wouldn't he say no, even if he really is? Because think about it. If he said yes in every interview he does from now on and forever, it's not about him. It's about Archie.
But let me tell you what he actually said, which was pretty brilliant, George Clooney, if you ask me.
Okay.
So they said, when approached and asked about the rumor of whether he was the godfather of Archie, he, quote, says, "Everybody loves their rumors. It's not true. You don't want me to be the godparent of anybody." Then he says, jokingly, "I mean, I'm barely a parent myself at this point. It's frightening." So it's he's not, but I think it's pretty cool that they're all going to be like friends because they've got twins that aren't that much older. They're 2. They're not quite 2. They turned 2 this summer.
Okay.
Alexander and Ella.
I mean, Mason's available for playdates. I'm just putting it out there.
You might have to put him on Cameo.
Mason, look cute.
Baby Cameo. Here, Mason, let me just get the right side of your face because apparently that works.
That's the side they like.
Maybe they really like the left side. That's why it's facing them.
We put them together. They have one whole face.
Yeah. I mean, there were pictures of them saying like, ooh, who does the baby favor more, Meghan or Harry? And I'm like, blanket. Like,
a 2-day-old baby favors all the other 2-day-old babies.
Yes. He favors every child I've had. He favors Mason. That's what it is.
He's Mason's twin. Did you guys not know?
Well,
Now you know.
And at the same time, so I saw that somewhere else that like Amy Poehler, she has a son named Archie.
Hey, Amy Poehler's kid is not royal.
What? No, but Amy Poehler's kid should be named Archie.
Yeah, right.
Right? So that's totally cool. And then Amy Schumer had a baby the same day as Archie was born. And, she's been pregnant forever.
Yeah, I feel like she was pregnant before me.
Yeah. And your kid's walking. No, I'm kidding.
All self-sufficient already.
She had a baby the same day and actually, posted about it on Facebook and said, our royal baby was born today, and posted a picture of her and her husband with the baby. And then they announced the name later, and she named him Gene.
Come on.
No, she did. I'm gonna get the full name here. I'm gonna get the name, the full name, because I remember reading it and I was like, oh.
Nothing against the name Jean, but I just didn't expect that from her.
Exactly. I don't know. I kind of feel like maybe I expected that for sure. Let me see if I can find this here. Oh, so she's married to Chris Fisher. Okay. Fisher spelled Fischer.
Okay.
So the baby's name is Jean Adel, Attell, Fisher.
Okay. Now, Adel, I see with the Amy Schumer name.
Jean.
But
it's like there's some of those names that I just hear as like grandmothers that I've met before, or moms even, and then I wonder, like, I've never met a little kid named Brenda.
Right. They're always older.
Right. They're like squirrels. I've never seen a baby squirrel. I always see them they're all the same size.
That's true. You never see a baby squirrel.
Do they just come out that size? Or like a pigeon. Never seen baby pigeons, but I've seen a gazillion just regular old full-size pigeons.
They're not falling out the tree.
No. So it's, like I've never seen a little baby named Brenda.
Sure.
Or like a little baby named Jean. But now we have. So.
I like Adel. I could have seen Adel for Archie. At least I would have been like, it must be British.
Yeah, because then everybody's like, it must be Atoll.
Atoll.
It's put the different emphasis on the different syllable.
So Amy Schumer's son's initials spell Gaff.
Yes, they do. Baby Gaff.
Oh, okay.
Well, then what is Archie's?
Mountbatten Windsor. Mountbatten Windsor. You can't go Archie, Mountbatten Windsor.
So when you have a name like that, Mountbatten Windsor, is that, because that's his last name.
Yeah.
So is that when he does initials, is it you have to do like a MW or is it just M or is it just W? Because it's like House of Windsor, right?
Yes.
Mountbatten was Philip's name, right?
Philip. Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess if you living in Grandmommy's house, you might go under the W.
Yeah.
I don't know.
AW. I went to school with a guy named AW. I could do an AW. I just don't think I have to. If I say Archie, Mountbatten, Windsor, I have to say Archie.
Archie. It's Archie.
I can't say Archie, Mountbatten, Windsor.
Well, that's because we live in North Carolina, and
They will be saying Archie.
yes, we say Archie, and what we are going to need to know are the initials because everybody in the South embroiders and puts your monogram on stuff.
I need to know what to put monogram on his blanket that he gets.
I need to know.
Yeah, it's very important. You have to do the initials when you do your name. I don't know if I haven't thought of that.
I know. What are they going to have on his baby bag?
Right. How will you know it's yours?
When you go to play dates at preschool. And you have to put the initials on your bottle for your preschool teachers to
Just make sure the blanket is his. Make sure his passies all belong in his mouth and not Jean's mouth.
Oh, could you imagine the gene germs that people would think he had?
I mean, come on, Megan. I need some info. When you say you hadn't thought of a name and then you come and present us with Archie, how long did you think?
Seriously.
How long did you think about?
I'm hoping that if you actually did not have a name prepared, whatever you told us, and that Harry was telling the truth, and he came back in with panic, I'm picturing him run back in and say, like, look at the press. They're all asking about the name, Megan. Damn it, decide on one.
Just go to the name book and pick out the first A name we see on the list. Archie, okay.
Do it. It's fine. I don't care.
Nobody cares. You just call him your Royal Highness anyway.
Nobody cares what he's named. I've got a cousin named Zara.
We could name him Tomato for all this.
Look at our baby guacamole.
Avocado, because it's what we love.
Roasted chicken.
Roasted chicken. Africa.
That is, however, how Archie came about. Roasting chicken.
Let's name him Suits.
No, man, how crazy would that have been if she'd named him after that guy she was always making out with on Suits? I don't remember what his name was, but that would have been way controversial.
You should have named him California London.
Done.
I would have gone for it. London, California. London, California.
London, Cali. And then I really picture what he would be as a teenager.
London, California would be amazing. He'd be the rugby star or the soccer star.
I'm here for it.
Yeah, London's awesome. Archie is going to get beat up at least once in his life.
I mean, he's going to have Jughead, jokes made about him his entire life.
Forever. Archie and Jughead. Is your girlfriend's name Veronica or is it Betty?
Or Betty. Which one'd you pick? Rest in peace, Luke Perry.
Aww. It all comes back to Luke.
We had just a moment there for a second. I just had to clear that out for you.
I mean, it's going to grow on me. I just have to say it for a while and look at him, and it'll be fine.
I mean,
I'm just shocked that a royal baby is named Archie.
I agree. It's very kind of, it's a little cheeky.
And Kate's mad. She's like, they get to do whatever they want. I have to do whatever everybody else wants.
I have to be so formal about it.
Right.
So tell me real quick, what do you think about their little tiffs that we keep hearing about between the brothers and the sister-in-laws? First of all, one, do you believe them?
I don't know that I believe them. I mean, I don't know that they're as close as they used to be, but Harry's got his family now. I mean, he's not the little brother hanging around his big brother and his wife now.
Yeah.
So I get there's some distance, and maybe I think they're still close, but there are different priorities at this point.
I agree.
William's preparing to be king and raising future kings, or a future king. So
yeah, I agree, but I think it all started whenever Meghan showed up, though.
Well, but I also think there's some resentment that from Kate that. I mean, this is all speculation. I honestly don't know these people firsthand, but that they kind of do because he is the sixth in line for the throne. They kind of get a pass for whatever they want to do. I think there's some resentment that Kate waited for however many years, 6 years, 5 years for William to propose, and Harry did it after 18 months.
Yeah.
The fact that Meghan and Harry just kind of get to do their own thing and make their own calls, get to have the wedding they want, get to have the privacy they want. She doesn't have to have it at the Lido Wing and come out and name her son something royal and regal.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and that they do get to do they're going to Africa for a few months or a year or whatever they're doing. I think there's some, Kate didn't grow up in the royal family. She was a commoner.
Yeah.
So I think there's things about her life that she misses from being a commoner, that she is maybe not jealous, but maybe envious that Meghan gets to continue to do.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, Meghan's been to California to see her family. I mean, granted, Kate's family's there, but at the same time,
yeah,
Meghan's mom's involved. Meghan's mom's in the pictures with the royal family looking at the baby. From what I hear, they spend a lot of time with Kate's family, but I don't know. I just think there's maybe some resentment a little bit that there has to be more formality on one end and not as much on another.
Yeah, they're just not. They're not required to adhere to the royal standards like William and Kate are.
Right.
But Kate knew that going into it. I mean, she kind of knew from day one that's you about to marry the future king.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think it might be deeper than just a little jealousy over Meghan gets to, do more fun stuff than me. Meghan gets to have messy hair. Huh?
What do you think it is?
I don't know that they get along.
They're just different.
I think Meghan's a really strong, Meghan, I've told you from day one, I'm not a huge Meghan fan. I don't feel like it's, I don't know. I don't feel like she's genuine for that role. And I think Kate, I just don't think they mesh well.
Yeah, I can see that. They're two different people.
Yeah. I mean, they have extremely different backgrounds and lifestyles and have essentially ended up thrown together in this house,
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
we'll just wait for Meghan's family to come out and him and haw about how they haven't seen the baby and how they just wish her dad could see the baby, and her crazy sister will show up again and something will
I think
happen.
the dad already made a comment to somebody, a statement or something. Meghan's dad. I didn't read it because I don't care to give him attention, but I thought I saw a headline that said he made a statement about glad the baby's happy and healthy or something like that. Whatever. But yeah, that picture of Harry and Meghan with the baby and Meghan's mom and then grandma and grandpa standing there was adorable.
It's so cute.
That was a really cute picture. So I'm glad her mom was there. I think it was awesome. So
I hope her mom moves there because I think that would be great.
Is she not already?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean,
It'd
if
be
she's
nice.
there, but I don't know if she's moving there permanently.
Yeah. I mean, I think they could make something happen.
Sure, they might have a palace or
They
two.
might have a wing to share.
There's an opening at Kensington Palace that's just been vacant.
Yes. Well,
I mean, I hope. I don't want to believe there's a rift between Harry and William because they're Diana's kids, and
that's right. I
And I
really
think-
don't know that it's between them.
it's just between their wives. You think, and they're pulled into it.
I think so.
Yeah.
I just think and I don't know that it's hate or anything like that. I don't think it's extreme like that. I think they're just very different.
Well, I hope not, because it'd be great for Archie Harrison and Lou, or Lewis, whatever his name is, to grow up together.
Louis.
Okay.
Louis. Charlotte. George.
Lois.
And Archie. Yeah. Well, I'm excited to watch them all grow up. How long do you think we wait for baby number 2?
Oh, she's 36, 37. It's not going to be long.
No, I don't think so either. I'm thinking quick turnaround.
Yeah, there'll be like 18 months between them or 2 years between them, no more than 2.
Agreed. How many kids total you picking for them?
2.
2?
Yeah. I mean, isn't she 37 now?
I don't know.
I mean, granted, I had a baby at 43, so the sky's
Amen, girl. I hear you.
But yeah, I don't know. And I mean, there's things they want to do. They're going to Africa.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think they want at least 2. I think they'd love to have a little girl too.
I agree. Like, do you think that
that is Diana.
She's 37 years old.
Yeah.
I picture if they have a little girl that she's going to have one of those like kooky fruit names.
No, it'll be Diana or Spencer. It has to be.
Like
she's gonna
Apple.
Be for Archie. No.
It's going to be.
That's London, California, maybe.
It's going to be something like, or it's going to be the boy's name that's cute for a girl. Like Charlie or.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's going to be one of those.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Well, obviously we have solved a lot of issues and problems today. We've figured out a lot of details and dirt. And while we are not going to be discussing any other ChickChat worthy topics today, I do think that we can maybe, since we're doing this via the internet, and I think it works just fine.
Yeah.
Maybe we could do one a little bit sooner so we could have a non-royal
Okay, we can do that.
issue.
Yes.
Because I do think there's a few things we need to discuss. So
Okay.
maybe we can get that on the books pretty soon here. And hopefully everybody that's listening could bear with us for the love of the royals, if you will. I mean, how can you not?
It's a royal baby.
It's a royal baby. It's a big deal. It's a big stinking royal deal.
Now, did I hear that Eugenie is pregnant? Or did I make that up?
I wouldn't doubt it. I bet she had to wait to announce anything until after the baby's born.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I thought. I thought for sure. And Harrison is definitely a newborn, and Meghan definitely just had the baby. But remember, I was like all conspiracy theory, like she's had the baby.
Yes,
and it's too close to William's kids' babies and their anniversary, so we got to wait to hear about it. But
right.
No.
Well, I think that Eugenie, her baby, is going to be the like George, Arthur, James, Louis the Third, or whatever. Like, I think she's going to go straight up royal because it's about the closest she's going to get.
Yeah, she doesn't want an Archie situation either.
No, she's rolling her eyes at Meghan when she walks by. Eugenie's like, "You're a royal. Your child should be a royal."
Her mom is Fergie, so
I know. Well, Fergie on Cameo. Let's go look her up.
So what's her husband's name? Ben, what's her?
Eugenie's?
Yeah. It's Broad Blake or something.
Oh, is it what, see, is she a princess?
Yes.
What is her boyfriend's name? She made a reaction to the baby.
Jack is his name.
Jack? Right? Oh, Jack Brooksbank.
It's going to be something Jackson.
Right. Right. Yeah, it's totally going to be. Yeah, and Andrew's the dad, so she's going to go straight royal.
Yeah. Yeah. Harry's going to have a Harry's daughter. I'm just confused.
Harry's daughter and Harry's son.
Megan's going to claim she's Scandinavian.
Oh, see, and if that's the case, then I might have to go to William on this and that.
Well, you can't really fault Harry for Megan's weirdness.
Agreed. I agree.
He wins.
Yeah. Well, thanks for chatting with me today over the internet, taking a little bit of time. I'm so glad we've been holding our tongues, not discussing this too much with each other so that we could save it for the podcast. So I really appreciate that.
That's fun.
Yeah. So
I got to do my royals, all the whole thing.
I know. And then I love how we can break it down because clearly we think of things that they have not.
Right. And if they would just consult us, them and Big Brother, all would be right in the world.
It would be amazing. Yeah. Okay. So we will get this up and posted so everybody can, follow along with our theories about the royal family. And you've been listening to ChickChat here on The Mesh. Really appreciate you taking the time, following along. I'm Mary Margaret, and that's Janette, and we will catch you on the flip side.
You've been listening to The Mesh, an online media network of shows and programs ranging from business to arts, sports to entertainment, music to community. All programs are available on the website as well as through iTunes and YouTube. Check us out online at themesh.tv. Discover other network shows and give us feedback on what you just heard.